Hey guys, it's Jessica from Yoga at Impact Fitness. I'm going to be running you through about a 30-minute yoga practice today. It's new for me to be videotaping myself, so hopefully this turns out all right and I'm on screen most of the time. One of my rabbits is visiting, so I'm going to try to work around him as best I can. He's enjoying being in the way, so we're going to just start by sitting first and just kind of get ourselves centered, and maybe he'll get bored and wander off. So you're sitting up nice and tall, resting your arms in your lap. You're just going to close your eyes and begin by taking a nice deep breath in and a deep breath back out. And just begin relaxing all the muscles of your face and throat, dropping your shoulders down away from your ears and resting your arms in your lap. And just choosing what you're going to focus on today. You want to focus on the here and now, but you want to focus on a sore shoulder or a knee. Bring whatever is difficult for you into your conscious attention so that you don't injure yourself or hurt yourself in any way, shape, or form. The practice today is going to be a flow yoga so that you can get some exercise, and if we're going to add other videos, we'll probably do a hip stretch video or a shoulder video or maybe an abs video. But for today, we're just going to do a quick flow video and see how that goes, and hopefully this whole stay home thing, gym clothes thing goes away. But until then, we'll try to put out some videos to keep you going. Hope you like it, and let me know. All right, here we go. And hopefully he'll head downstairs. All right, so you're just going to start by taking a nice deep breath in. Reach way up toward the sky, a little bit of a back bend, and then fold forward from the hips, lining up your fingers and toes, bend those knees, and take your right leg back behind you. If you have rabbits, you're making them a nice bridge to play underneath. Press into your right hand, twist up to the left. Slowly bring that hand back down, place it on the mat, take your left leg back so you're in a plank pose. Shift your weight forward. We're going to start by lowering all the way down to the floor. Round those shoulders down and back, doing a little bit of a cobra to wake up the back. And then slowly lowering back down. Take the balls of your feet to the floor. Press yourself up through your plank and into your down dog. Looking up between the hands, the right foot comes forward. Keep that left hand planted as you twist up to the right. Exhale, bring it back down. Take a step forward with the left foot. Bow to your legs, and then inhale as you come all the way back up again. Exhale, fold it forward from the hips. Inhale, halfway up, feel those hamstrings. Exhale, back down. Line up your fingers and toes, right leg comes back. Left leg follows. Shift your weight forward. This time you're going to do a chaturanga, so you're going to slowly lower down to your elbows or at a right angle. Up dog, round the shoulders down and back, keep the chest open. And then exhale into down dog. Looking up between your hands, you can step forward or you're gonna hop. Bow to those legs and roll up to standing. Inhaling up, exhaling back down. Line up your fingers and toes, and again, either step or hop back. Slowly lowering down. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Hop it forward. This time keep those hips low and stay in chair pose. Arms are going to go up slightly forward. Arms are by your ears, sitting back. Belly buttons in towards your spine. Lengthen your lower back down toward the floor. And then bring your fingers back down. Watch out for any pets. Step back or hop. Lower yourself down into your chaturanga. Up dog and down dog. And then step or hop forward. Inhaling up into that chair pose. But this time you're going to take the fingers forward, bring the weight to the balls of the feet, and lift your heels. Then you're going to drop the heels, lift your toes, shift your weight back. Again, onto the balls of the feet, lower to the heels. Good. Fingers are going to come back down to the floor, bow to those legs, and inhale as you come up. Exhale as you come back down. Couple more. Lining up your fingers and toes. Stepping back into your plank pose. Shift your weight forward, slowly lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Looking up between your hands. Hop or step forward. Keep those hips low. Chair pose. Hands are going to come together. We're going to twist to the left. Take your upper right arm to the outside of that left thigh. Press palm into palm and twist up. And breathe and hold. Keep those hips low. Good. Slowly untwisting. Inhale up. Exhale, twist to the other side. Again, no cheating. Keep those hips low. Untwisting. Inhale up. Exhale down. Lift the hips. Oh, that feels good to get a break. Now, nice inhale. And exhale. Lining up your fingers and toes. He's never going to move today just because I want him to. Hopping back. Slowly lower down. We're going to do 3 push-ups here. So 3 tricep push-ups. You're going to come down and up. 2, 3. And then we're going to lower into an up dog. Into a down dog. And then stay there, planting your left foot into the center of your body. Your right leg is going to float up toward the ceiling. You're going to turn your hips over to the right and bend that right knee so your heel's hanging back. Hold it there. Feel the hip stretch. Press into both hands. Good. Straighten out that right leg, slowly lowering it down to the floor. Shift weight over to that left leg. Left leg floats up, hips turn out. Bend the left knee, hang the heel. And just turn your sternum down toward the floor, pressing into both hands. Good, straightening out that knee, turning it back down into your regular down dog. Looking up between your hands, step or hop forward. Bow to those legs and roll up. Inhaling up, exhale down. Inhale halfway. Exhale down. Line up your fingers and toes one more time. Right leg comes back. Left leg comes back. Shift your weight forward. Lower down. Up dog. And to down dog. This time you're going to shift your weight to your left foot. Right leg's going to float up. And then you're going to pull it in towards your nose. Rounding your back. Knee goes towards your nose. And inhale back out 3 times. Pull the knee in. And inhale as you extend. Exhale in. And extend. Lower that right leg. Switching feet. Press into your right foot. Left leg floats up. Exhale as the knee comes towards your nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and lower. Good. Slowly lowering to your plank. Turning onto your side, one arm's going to float up. You can look up towards your hand or look straight ahead at a spot in front of you. Breathing. And take that top arm, reach it way over, lift your hips slightly up, and come back down. Shift your weight forward, tricep push-up, go to the other side. Right arm's up toward the ceiling, take a breath there. Make sure your posture is good, pull the shoulders down your back. Take your top arm, reach it up and over, lift your hips slightly, and then come down, do a push-up. Coming to the side, top arm floats up, lift those hips, deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to reach it around and do a push-up. Switching sides, top arm reaches over, down it goes, and push-up. One more on each side. Exhale forward. Other side. And exhale forward. This time we're going to stay down. Round the shoulders down and back. Hips are on the floor. You're going to interlace your hands behind your back. Pull them towards your feet. Open up the chest and the collarbones. Breathing. Good. Take your hands right underneath your shoulders. You're going to sit back into a child pose. Stretch out those arms. You're going to turn your palms towards one another to give the shoulders and the wrists a little bit of a different stretch. Pressing the pinky side of your hands into the floor and resting your forehead down onto the floor. Now, rabbit just tried to eat the piece of the lamp. Okay, so you're in child pose resting. Deep breath in. Turn your palms back down toward the mat. Press into your fingers. Lift those hips up so that you are on hands and knees. We're going to do cat pose. You're going to press your back up toward the ceiling, chin in towards your chest, tailbone down. And then you're going to inhale, arching that back, indenting between the shoulders, lifting your sternum. And if it's comfortable, you can lift the chin too. And then round your back. And arch your back. Good. Coming to a flat back. You're going to drop both hips over to the right and turn your shoulders to the left, feeling the stretch on the right outer hip. Hi. You are just going to mess up this whole video. Yeah. And then come through center, take your hips to the left, turn your shoulders to the right, feel the stretch in the left outer hip. Good, coming back to center. You're gonna walk your hands back and we're gonna come into a squat, mostly so I can get rid of the rabbit and move away from him. Your feet are about hip distance apart. You're gonna squeeze your knees in towards your arms and resist with those arms. You're gonna create an isometric contraction on your inner thighs. Drop your head and neck down toward the floor. And then lift your hips up toward the ceiling. Pressing into both feet, you are gonna roll up slowly. Inhaling one vertebrae at a time till you come up and round those shoulders down and back. Good. Oh, he's so stubborn. We are going to take your right leg in the front and your left leg's going to be in the back. Your hips are going to be straight ahead on your mat. Press down and back into that left foot. Your whole foot's grounded so you can get a nice calf stretch. And bend into that right knee. Inhale, your arms are going to come up into warrior one. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Down and back into your left foot, strongly pressing into your right foot. You're going to lean your upper body forward so you have a nice straight line from that left ankle all the way through your fingertips. And then moving just from the hips, you're going to come back up. Exhale forward and back up. Now you're going to purposefully take that back heel up off the floor, rising way up. And then bending your left knee straight down toward the floor. So you're pressing that left hip forward. The stretch is going to come into that left thigh and hip flexor. So really bringing it just off the floor, pressing the hips forward, tailbone down toward the floor. Feeling a little bit of heat there. We're going to come up and straight down. Staying down. And then we're going to come up and straight down. Still pressing that hip forward. One more, all the way up. All the way down. Same leg still in the front, keeping that right leg in front. You're going to open your arms up out to the sides into warrior two. Feeling the stretch on the inner thighs, turning and looking at your right fingertips. Deep breath here. Sink a little further if it's comfortable. Make sure the knees feel okay. And your right forearm's going to rest on the right thigh. Left arm's going to reach up and over. Really actively reaching the left arm and leg in opposite directions, noticing where it plays out. Should play out somewhere on your core. And then we're going to go back to warrior two. The left hand's going to rest on the left thigh, reach that right arm up, and windmill the arms down. Lining up your fingers and toes. Right leg comes back, shift your weight forward, hover down if you can, up dog, and down dog. Left leg's gonna come forward. Gonna come up into that lunge again. Shorten the distance to make sure that you have the right foot grounded. And then take the arms up overhead, pressing down and back into that right foot. Feel the calf. Breathing. And reach the upper body forward. Reaching up and over across where the ceiling and the wall meet while you're pressing down and back into that right heel. Lifting up to breathe in. Exhaling it forward. Inhale up. Then we'll lift up that right heel. Tilt the pelvis, tailbone down toward the floor. Press the right hip forward and drop it down. And we're going to come up and slowly drop it back down. Now, no cheating. Obviously, I can't see you. So make sure that you feel your leg starting to shake. You feel your leg getting a little bit warm, maybe a lot warm. but you want to challenge yourself so that you can keep yourself healthy in these crazy times. All right, one more. Lifting up, lowering back down. Good, turning out to warrior two. Arms are extending out. Breathing into it first, sinking into that left knee. Peek down, make sure you can see your big toe on the inside of that left knee. Then we're gonna go into side angle, left forearm on the left thigh, right arm reaches up and over. Slowly coming back up, extending those arms out into warrior two again. Right arm's gonna rest on the right thigh, the left arm's gonna reach up and back. Windmill down. Turn yourself over. Get back into that plank. Shift over away from your pet or child, whatever's hanging on you right now. Lift your weight forward. Bring your hands underneath you so your shoulders are over your fingertips as you bend back so your arms can come to a right angle. Lifting up slightly. Exhaling into down dog. Hi. Hi. And then looking up between your fingers, we are just going to step forward. So you are going to hop forward with both fingers, coming into that chair pose again. So we're going to do a little bit with the chair pose, a little bit with the warriors. So you're in your chair pose, your legs are hopefully somewhat warm. We're going to drop it down a little bit. And then we're going to come up a little bit, and then we're going to drop back down. We're going to lift those heels again, and drop the heels and lift the toes. Then we're going to come up and back down. Good. Line up your fingers and toes. Bow to those legs. Roll up to standing. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale out. Folding it forward. Line up your fingers and toes. Right leg is going to come back. Inhale as you come up into warrior one or high lunge, whatever you want to call it. Palms together. Twist to the left. Inhale up, exhale, hands come down. Press into the hands as the left leg comes back. Shift your weight forward, slowly lowering down. Up dog, into down dog, high. Right leg comes forward, inhaling up. Palms come together and we twist to the right. Slowly twisting, inhale up, exhale, line up the fingers and toes, right leg comes back, we're going to do 3 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, into a chaturanga, into up dog, and down dog. Then we're going to lift that right leg, and pull the knee in towards your nose 3 times like we did before. This time we're going to pull it forward, hold it, bring the shin forward, and come into pigeon. So make sure the knee feels okay. Your knee and your hip are somewhat in line and both hips are straight forward. And then you can fold the upper body forward, either resting your head in your hands, or if it's comfortable, you can rest all the way down to the floor. Catching your breath here, feeling the hips stretching. Definitely not the knee. If you feel the knee, back off a little bit. And then taking your hands back down to the floor on either side of that leg. You're going to press into your hands, turn your back toe over. You can't see it because I'm completely off my mat because of the rabbit. Pressing into your hands, the right leg is going to come back behind you so you're in your plank. Press yourself back into your down dog. Let's see if I can move back over here if he gets in my way. Shift your weight to your right foot, left leg floats up. We're going to pull it in and breathe it out. Pull it in. Breathe it out. In towards the nose, This time you're gonna hold it. So pull the knee in towards your nose and hold. And then rest that leg down, slide the right leg back. Make sure everything feels okay. Wiggle the knee in if it's slid out a little bit. And then fold the upper body forward, either resting your head in your hands or crisscrossing your forearms or whatever feels good for you for today. But keep this hip comfortable but stretching, and keep your attention on that hip as you breathe and relax. When you finish the breath out your arm, you're going to slowly lift your head up, bring your hands back down to your mat, press into your hands and take that left leg back so you're back into that plank pose. We're going to shift our weight, lift top arm up, take a deep breath in, reach that arm way overhead. As you bring it back down to the mat, do your push up and switch sides. Reach it way over, bring it back down, push up, and switch sides. We're only going to do 4 this time. So you have 1 left. Reach that arm up, lift it over, and push up. Now, what we're going to do is a little bit more shoulders. You're going to take your forearms down to the floor, roll your wrists if they're bothering you, and then interlace your hands into one big fist. You're going to press your forearms into the mat, and you're going to lift your hips up into puppy dog pose. So you're actively lifting out of the shoulders, pressing against the floor. And what we're going to do is try to lengthen that out a little bit. Lower the hips, the chin's going to move forward over your fist. And then you're going to press yourself back into a puppy dog. So you're going to breathe in and exhale out. Breathe in. Press into the forearms as you exhale back. If the breath doesn't work for you, it's really just a suggestion. You can go any which way with the breath. But pressing into the forearms, using your shoulders, moving with the breath is vinyasa. That's what vinyasa means. This is mostly a vinyasa practice with rabbit distraction. Good. And then looking at your hands, you're just going to separate them. Bring your hands down to the mat. So you're in a long puppy dog pose. We're going to walk our feet in a little bit, bring a little bit more pressure and weight into those arms. And as you take a nice deep breath in, you're going to exhale, pressing into your hands. Lengthen into that down dog, trying to use both hands at the same time. That is tricky. It uses a lot of triceps, so be patient. If you can't do it, drop your knees. All right, we're going to lower back down, lift your head up so you don't hit your head on the mat. Slowly keep your elbows turned forward and lower the elbows down to the floor gently. Take a breath there. And then press into the hands and come back up. Lowering back down one more time. And pressing up one more time. Good. We're going to take our feet about mat distance apart, walk our hands back. So most of the weight is in our feet. Our hands are somewhat free. But you're going to reach them forward as if they're in a down dog. So you have a nice long stretch in the shoulders. Your left hand is going to reach across to that right ankle. But your right hand's going to stay extended forward. And you're going to look under your armpit as you twist the spine to the right. And then we're going to take that left hand forward, grab onto the left ankle with the right hand, and twist to the left. Looking under the left armpit, it's a small rotation, but you might really feel it depending on how much yoga you've really done, or how tight you are today, or how many crazy workouts you've done now that you're at home. Hands back down. We're going to come back to hands and knees. I'm going to tuck in my shirt a little bit because I keep showing a little more than I want. All right, we're going to be at hands and knees. You're going to press into your right arm, and we're going to twist up. But you're really going to press so that you're lifting in the whole shoulder, lifting way up away from the ground, and your left arm is going to reach up. And you should feel this a little bit in the back and the shoulder. If you don't, you're either really flexible, which I'm really flexible and I feel it, or you're not pressing hard enough into the floor with that grounded hand. So twisting up. And then we're going to go into eye of the needle. So that top arm is going to come between the right arm and leg. Bend that right elbow till the left shoulder gets down to the floor, and then you're going to press into that right hand and twist. Breathing in and out, feeling the spinal twist, keeping the hips even. Good, then press into that right hand and come back up. Now if that felt really good, you can always pause the video there and do it a little bit longer, but I want to try to make sure I can fit in as much as we can in the 30-minute video. So you're going to shift your weight to your left hand, really press away from the floor, lifting up your whole trunk as you twist up to the right. Breathing there, trying to feel it in, well, mostly in your obliques. If you don't feel it, really try to twist a little bit more. Press that left shoulder forward. And the right arm is going to go between the left arm and leg. Bend the left elbow until your right shoulder is down on the floor. And then you're going to press into that left arm to increase the twist in the opposite direction. And when you finish the breath that you're on, you're going to press into that left hand and come back up. And we're going to flip it over. We're going to do one quick pose for boat pose for your abs. We're running out of time already, I think. Yes, we are. So we're going to lift your shins so that they're parallel to the floor. It doesn't matter if your toes are flexed or pointed. That's totally up to you. Tuck your shoulders down and back. Your hands can stay here if you're a beginner and it's hard to stay up. Otherwise, your hands are going to come to the sides of your legs. We're going to try to straighten one leg and bend it back down. Straighten the other leg and bend it back down. If you have tight hamstrings, you probably just want to keep them bent, and that's totally fine. But if you can straighten out both legs into boat. You can drop them down. Your belly button stays pulled in. Your shoulders are back. Your eyes are on your toes. Face is relaxed, and just breathe. Good. Now, we're going to pull that back in. Take a breath. We're going to go back and do that same thing. We're going to take them back out. Arms are going to come to either side. You can always hold on, or you can always back up in any way. Straightening those legs if you want to. We're going to lower them down to the floor. They're going to come till you're just about to touch the floor. Your lower back starts to touch the floor, but your shoulders and your feet never touch. And then you pull back up. We're going to do that 3 times. So you're going to lower down. Exhale up. Inhale, extend. Exhale up. Inhale, extend. Exhale up. Soles of the feet come together and the knees come out to the sides. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Just sit in the upright position. Notice how you're feeling. Good. I feel like we have not gotten enough stretching in, so maybe we'll do a completely separate stretching video for you to make sure you get a nice stretch in. If you were to do a nice run at home, maybe we can make sure we get the hip flexors and the thighs and the hips in there. And also we should definitely do a shoulder video. So this was more of a flow video. We're gonna stretch it forward and come back up and just stretch over to one side, nice and easy. Back up, over to your other side. Good. You're going to bring yourself down to the mat. And every yoga class, if you've never taken yoga with me, but you're on the Impact website and you want to try this video, every yoga class ends with Shavasana, which is corpse pose. So you lay down and you just breathe and let all the poses acclimate and your nervous system adjusts to everything that we've done to it. So I'm gonna end with a twist and bring you into Shavasana and walk you through a relaxation. And then I'm gonna shut off the video. And you can stay in your relaxation pose as long as you want to. I encourage you to do up to 5 minutes at least. But for this video, I'll walk you through a relaxation and then you can go from there on your own. So we're gonna roll down onto your back. We're gonna take our arms out into a T. You're gonna bend those knees, take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're gonna drop your legs over to the left. They may or may not make it to the floor. Just only go as far as it's comfortable. Never pull your back or go too far. And then use your ab muscles to bring them back up. It's just going to be a short twist for today because we did do twists throughout our practice. And then drop your legs over to the right. Breathing there. And then bringing yourself back to the center, adjusting whatever you need to that might distract you during your Shavasana. You're going to lay with your palms up, tuck your shoulder blades in so your collarbones are open. Your feet are going to flop out to the sides. And you're just going to lay there with your eyes closed. So first, just taking one more deep breath in. As you exhale, letting everything go. And choosing to just be here, be on your mat, and be where you are. And begin softening your forehead, your eyes, your cheeks, and your jaw. Releasing the weight of your head down into the floor. Softening the back of your neck and the tops of your shoulders. Relaxing your upper arms, your forearms, wrists, hands, and fingers. Relaxing your upper back, middle back, and lower back, noticing which parts touch and which parts naturally pull away. Softening the buttocks, the hamstrings, and the calves. Relaxing the bottoms of your feet, the tops of your feet, ankles, shins, knees, and thighs. And relaxing your hip flexors, so that your legs just flop out to the sides, completely relaxed. Softening all the muscles of your abdomen, your rib cage, and your chest. And just watching the breath flow in and out. Keeping your mind on the here and now. Oh, my other bunny came. Hi. And staying in Shavasana as long as you want to. Or coming out if you really hate Shavasana and you feel like, oh my gosh, when is she going to stop talking? That happens too sometimes. But keeping up with your exercise is great. Making sure that you're stretching and also taking the time to rest and relax and rejuvenate is so important. So I hope that this video is great for exercise, but I hope it gives you a slight introduction into Vinyasa or Power Yoga. See if you might be interested in it when the gyms finally open back up. All right, have a great day, guys.